This announcement for all the faint-hearted. You might want to dip before the jerks get started. If you like frank conversation, then pull up a seat. If you like the unexpected, then you're in for a treat. But you're not a captive, there's no ransom to pay. You can just hit the X if you don't want to play. Don't like what we do, then you can hit the X. Don't like what we say, you can hit the X. Don't want to join the crew, you can hit the X. You don't have to stay, you can hit the X. This is not a hostage situation, you can hit the X. This is not a hostage situation, you can hit the X. This is not a hostage situation. Situation. This is not a hostage situation.
You're embarrassing yourself. Go to bed.
Hey, ladies.
Hi, everyone.
We're back.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Twice in
I'm
a
not
week.
sure how busy we're going to be tonight because I think The World and His Wife is currently going live, probably about similar things to what we're going to talk about, except their angle might be slightly different and a bit more conciliatory than we're going to be because we're all pissed off.
And we ain't much for holding our tongues.
Nope.
Before we go too deep into it, do we want to hit our stuff that
Milestone.
happened before we went live real quick?
Yeah.
Wait, I need to know why we're pissed off.
The trial. Well,
No, Billy Joe, and our
I'm
predictors.
pretty happy about that. She got
you'll know soon.
Okay, we got 6 up.
Well, I must have missed something.
Redid her membership. And we have Archangel says, love you all, member for 11 months. See, 6 Up has actually been a member for 13 months. Rock Jim, thank you for becoming a member. Got a new member, guys. And member for 14 months. Love you, ladies. Tara, thank you for the super chat. $9.99.
Hi, Vicky.
We got Kraken Asses, member for 14 months. Loving my jerks, the badass bitches we know. I know.
And we love you, darling.
Absolutely. And then we have our Irish Jessie. Thank you for the super chat. £5. Thank you. And then we have Stars, member for 14 months. She says, love me some jerks. And that catches us up, ladies. So you can go ahead and get on to it.
Well, I'm going to assume most of you watched the guilty verdict, correct? Everybody catch that?
Yes, ma'am.
We're talking about Leilani Simon being convicted on 19 counts from felony murder through to basically lying and guilty on all 19.
I was so pleased. All 19 of those guilties. I enjoyed it.
She finally found her tears.
Right? She cried for herself.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't cry for that baby, but she
Yeah.
cried for herself.
She actually wet a whole Kleenex.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, she had previously managed to squeeze out 2 tears when they were showing the dismembered foot of her baby dragged out of the landfill by wonderful people who must have spent 6 weeks in hell going through that rubbish. I can't imagine the strength of will it takes to go in every day and do that job. They are miraculous. They gave that child his justice.
Yeah.
Without
And she
doubt.
found 2 tears for him.
Yes.
Those weren't for
All
him.
those were-
I need to do something real quick. Don't listen, Sue.
Okay.
Hey, Kim.
Oh, hell.
I told you not to listen.
Okay.
It's a good thing I'm not on camera. I'd be rolling my eyeballs.
Stop it.
You're good, Be Real. Just being here. Thank you. I wish I did, but I've been on 12. I can barely keep up. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if a verdict would come back today or not. I was hoping. Usually they don't want to go past the weekend, so they did. They came with their verdict, and it
How
was
about, sorry,
it was guilty on all 19 counts.
how about the ridiculous questions?
For lunch,
Right.
listen, I was annoyed with that. I'm like, y'all have taken so many breaks. Of course you can eat lunch. God. Yep, we're going to get into that, Tara. Tara's
Yet she won't shut up.
Yeah, she's got a lot to say in the Bees chat.
Yeah. So BJ, the grandmother of Quentin Simon, look, yeah, if you don't like what we got to say, you heard the beginning, you heard our intro, you can hit the X over here. We're not holding back to make you feel better, okay?
And this is not a newfound position. I've got videos to play in a bit of our opinion from a year ago. In fact, more than a year ago, nearly 2 years ago, right when all this was going down. So this is not something that we've just discovered some morality about it. We've always had these opinions.
Yep. Damn right. I thought during the trial, she was going to be a witness for the prosecution. She wasn't. So I thought, okay, well, she ain't going to be able to be in the courtroom if she's going to be a witness, correct? Well,
Right.
turns out she's not. And she wasn't in the courtroom. Today, I thought of all days that BJ would have been there. Okay. She's not. She wasn't. But you know where I found her? And a lot of people found her? Over in the bees. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and there was all the excuses were trotted out. She couldn't be there because she was scared of the way people might react towards her. There was barely anybody in that court. There was no one outside, so that doesn't fly.
No.
And then you've got the whole thing that she couldn't even be in that court for her own child and her grandchild, one or the other or both. I would have thought that's the least that you could do, but no, she couldn't do that. Meanwhile, she's trying to intimate that the true story hasn't come out, that there was a whole load of domestic violence going on. Well, why wasn't that brought out in court?
Right.
God knows the defence had hardly anything to work with. Surely they could have used any information like that if that actually had any validity, which I don't believe it did. My guess would be that if there was domestic violence going on, Leilani was the perpetrator, not the victim. Having seen her hysteria during interviews, I can't believe that she wouldn't have made it very clear that she was some poor victim of something. It's just convenient for you to trot that out. No, if that had any validity, it would have been part of the trial, and the defence would have been a bit more than, nah, prove it.
And
Well, how would that be an excuse for murdering your child?
Oh God,
That's
no,
what I
of
was
course
gonna
it wouldn't. Of course it
No,
wouldn't.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to bring that in, how could they excuse that for, murdering her child? That's a bunch of bullshit.
She's reaching. She's
But
reaching.
it's the way that she's using it. She's intimating it's some sort of excuse now. That's what annoys me. Don't give me all this bullshit now. The real story. It just sounds to me like it's just more excuses.
Oh, Grain said she learned that from the Boone case and used it. Oh, really?
I'm still very angry that BJ is in no trouble at all. She just walks away unscathed when legally she was supposed to keep that child safe and away from Leilani. Had she done what she was supposed to do, none of this would be happening.
Right.
Yeah, she failed that
April
little boy.
April this
She
year,
led
she
him
was
to the
still trying to
slaughter.
get custody. Still trying to get custody of the other children. There is no way in hell she should be allowed custody.
And she don't deserve his remains either. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I heard that she was asking for his remains.
No.
Shouldn't that be with his dad's family
Yes.
to
What I-
decide?
Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to be mean about this whole situation. And I know everybody's going to come with their arguments. And it's always this right here. You don't know unless you're in that situation. Judge not lest you be judged. No, no. You know what I'm going to use right now? I'm going to use discernment. I'm going to use good common sense right now. You all can miss me with all that ignorant shit. I will not be rocked to sleep with it. Won't happen. Let me tell you something, and then we'll move on. Most grandparents, my mama would have done she would have been there. If something happened like that to one of us, every day she would have been there for us. Every damn day. And she wouldn't have made excuses for my father or my mother. It just wouldn't have happened. I don't know. Grandparents' love is a different type of love. There.
Yes, it usually is.
Usually.
Is. And some of these people who are very sympathetic towards Billy Joe, I understand what you're doing is projecting your own feelings onto her, particularly the grandparents. A lot of you who don't want to seem judgmental are actually going to the extremes of the other way and thinking, I know how much she must have loved her child and her grandchild, because you're projecting your own feelings about your children and your grandchildren onto her. You have to examine her behaviour as well.
Well, I can
And
tell
if
you
her
one
behaviour
thing.
is if you wouldn't behave the way that she's behaved, why are you assuming that she feels the way that you feel?
Well, I can tell you one thing. If my grandchild was missing, I wouldn't be partying it up on some island with my daughter that I suspected of
Yeah.
killing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to do it, TJ. I'd knock a fire out of her.
Oh,
I got the truth
yeah.
out of her. I swear. Y'all can judge me if you want to. I'd put hands on her.
Yeah.
But I've also heard the story, that her other child is a convicted murderer. And the story that they portrayed as to what went down there is very different to the victim's family's version of the story. I'll put it at that. Nothing that we were told via Cher seems to have panned out at all. And it's notable that Cher has been incredibly quiet during this time of the trial. She popped up to have a dig at Jennifer Coffendorfer about the mistake about the remains. And let me say, I've got no defence for Jennifer Coffendorfer. I haven't seen her in the Karen Reid trial giving her opinion. She could do with shutting up and sitting down quite a lot more. But Jennifer Coffendorfer, not knowing what the situation was, still gave her opinion about whether those remains were Quentin's. And that distorted the whole thing. That became an issue of, Billy Joe was lying. Well, Cher popped up to say Billy Joe wasn't lying about that. Congratulations. There was one thing that she wasn't lying on, and you wanted to make a point about it. Where have you been the rest of the trial? You've done nothing.
Shut up, Cher.
Yeah, shut up.
Cher, yeah. But you had a lot to say. You had a lot to say when you were the mouthpiece, and all the things that we heard you saying. They should be looking at the babysitter. They should be examining Danny. What about Danny's phone? All this. We saw it come out in the trial. These were all variations of different stories that Leilani gave when being interrogated.
Mm-hmm.
You were just a mouthpiece for the person who took that child's life.
Cher loves.
You hung a big ass banner on her house, and you
Well, she
thought
said
it was
that.
funny. And if anybody doubts that, I've got the evidence here. Do you want me to hit it, girls?
Yeah, I think it's time to play that.
This was made nearly 2 years ago when all this was going down.
We were right.
Good evening. I'm Dick Moorhead, and this is Tragedy Pimps News. YouTube is certainly no stranger to questionable ideas, and this one is stranger than most. Here's our reporter, Tits McGee, with an update on a controversial publicity play that has many people asking, have YouTube true crime creators finally gone too far?
Thanks, Dick. I'm Tits McGee reporting on YouTube for Tragedy Pimps News. On YouTube, it seems that almost any skill you can film can find an audience. But more than skills and crafts, the sector of YouTube that is finding an increasing audience is the true crime community. As numerous creators find themselves covering the same cases, to largely the same audience, both the creators' personalities and how far they will go for clicks and views has become an increasingly important factor. Now a creator has upped the ante by advertising her channel on the home of a missing child. While many express shock, the creator herself seems amused and sees no issue with the use of the child's home as a billboard. Are we seeing the next stage in the symbiotic relationship between some true crime creators and the suspects in missing child cases? How will this work? Anita Mordick has more information.
While we know that the current publicity sign on a missing child's home arose from a private telephone conversation, it seems this idea could develop into a whole new marketing opportunity for YouTube true crime. Tragedy Pimps News is aware of a PR firm that already has a website under construction to formalize the publicity arrangements between suspects and their favorite YouTube creator. I spoke to public relations specialist Holden McGroin at the PR firm Cup and Balls about his thoughts on how this arrangement might work.
Here at Cup and Balls, we're very excited to take advantage of this new business opportunity. We envision a future where true crime creators contact us, by phone or via our website, so that we can match them with the families of missing children. Then the family can provide a site to publicize the creator's channel directly to the sector of the public that's interested in that particular tragedy. Obviously, we'll charge a premium where the family are also the main suspects. The frustrating part of all this is the way we missed the boat on some prime opportunities: the Ramsey's house, Lori Vallow's apartment, the Watts family home, and 110 Ben Hill Road. But the one thing we can guarantee is that there'll be a new opportunity tomorrow. It's very exciting. Just listen to the happy glee of the first creator to take advantage of this situation.
They were like, let's put signs that say share on the front lawn. So when everyone's filming, they have to see my name on their YouTube channels. Then Mark was like, oh, they should put subscribe to Voices Behind the Wall. As they're all filming their lives all day long. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
If you, just like Voices Behind the Wall, have no shame about building your channel on the back of a missing child, call us on 555-555-555. Or visit our website at www.moralityisforlosers.com. That's www.moralityisforlosers.com. We'll be waiting to match your channel with a family who put YouTube friendships ahead of their missing child.
Tragedy pimps never forget the most important thing: where there's a missing child, there's money to be made.
Well, there you have it. Voices Behind the Suspects. And
we've got that one as well in the back. Yeah, Cher has managed to sort of glide through this amazingly free from criticism. Why is that, I wonder? I'm befuddled by it. I just don't understand at all. And they actually had a banner made, and it was hung on Quentin Simon's house, and it had Cher's YouTube channel name, Cher's picture, Mark's picture, and of course, a photo of her dad. A man convicted of murder.
Yeah, they hung it on that gate, that big gate to get into the backyard. It was hung right there. I'll never forget that. It was the grossest thing ever.
We may, Pearl, we'll drop it in the...
I'm going to upload it onto the channel. I had to change the music because this was back before I knew just how much YouTube dinged you for copyright with music. So I had to change the music, but I'm going to upload it in the next 20 minutes or so onto this channel. It will be there as a separate video.
Yep. Tiny Dancer.
And there's quite a lot of detail in each of the frames in these videos because, again, it was very early days in my experience of making videos, and I tended to go a little bit too quick. So if you actually want to see some more amusing details, it would be worth watching it slower. And yet, some people did miss the point. You know, they're going, all these jokes, you know, these joke names, it's not funny, it's satire. You're meant to feel uncomfortable laughing at it because it's an uncomfortable situation. The fact that Cher was treating it as a joke, well, people, this is why it has Cher laughing and saying it's funny. And then a photo of them actually searching the landfill site, because these two things were happening at the same time. And all of this seems to have been forgotten. Cher's done a great job at keeping her head down.
Hasn't she? Well, I haven't forgotten, and I encourage you all not to forget what Cher did.
Yes, she also crowdfunded to travel to go and be with Billy Joe. And of course, that never happened because I gather there's some sort of complication with whether she can get backwards and forwards between America and Canada. And of course, this was the pandemic was just at its sort of tailing out stage. And it wasn't that easy to cross the border. But nothing ever happened there, did it? She never actually traveled across.
No, Fox, we will not be showing those that she sent to
no.
Dawn. Nope. Nope. But that Cher's MO. This is what she does. Yeah.
And she also didn't criticize them going off for that weekend.
Right.
Now, don't mistake me in all this. I've got nothing for Dolly and Betty and all the other people that were outside there. As we know now from the trial, while they were making massive scene outside the house, thinking that they were doing something and the police weren't doing enough, the police were literally deep into it.
There.
Yeah,
And,
before they ever got there.
Before
The
they
police
ever
were
even got
already
there.
gone for Leilani.
You contributed nothing except wasting police time. And I also have no sympathy for the other side, the people who thought that they were doing something by sending a clown. And meanwhile, you were all live streaming each other and getting money off it.
Right.
Yeah, both sides.
I remember Tiffany Marie streaming, I want to say Betty, but I don't know for sure who she was restreaming that was down there, saying she was going to take their money away. Meanwhile, Tiffany has her monetization on and is getting super chats. So
on the exact same stream, right?
Right.
But of course, just in the same way, she was so appalled by Ziggy and Fred and the Bones that she had to go live and have the same image up behind her all the while she was talking. So appalled. So disgusted. She could barely keep it on screen. Oh no, it's just sickening. And I'm so sick of all of it, which is why we tended to move away from the whole subject. But sometimes you just have to go back and point out what you said and what you thought then and how fucking true it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This time we were pretty accurate.
Oh yeah, we were. And of course, that's how we started to call Cher Voices Behind the Suspects.
Right.
Because that seems to be Cher's.
Oh, that's Cher. Look, if you are a suspect in any type of crime, Cher is like, oh, call me. Here's my number. Here's my nudes. Whatever we got to do.
Here's my nudes.
Okay. We'll work this out. Now, I don't want to talk to the person that's probably innocent. I just want to speak to the suspect. That's why we named her Voices Behind the Suspects, because that is who she is.
And this is the video that gave her name.
Yes.
Have you been wandering around in the dark? Is something missing from your life? Has the laughter disappeared? Maybe you can't shake the feeling that there's been a terrible mistake. No need to panic. We're here to help. Voices Behind the Suspects is an experienced YouTube crime advocate and suspect advisor. So, who are we, and what can we do for you? Well, we're not qualified legal advisors, a PR firm, or certified life coach, but we feel we can offer you the best of all three. While we may not be professionally qualified, we have what it takes to guide you through this difficult time. With our help, you'll be back twerking in the window before you can say, "Let's do some shots." We're the people you want by your side when you've dug yourself, or someone else, into a hole. You don't have to feel like you've burned all your bridges. Our creatives specialize in counter-narrative. We can provide you with a group of people, ready to defend you as required, with our membership around the globe. Our members are online 24/7, ready to argue, whatever their situation. The internet never sleeps. We can provide you with a new family of needy strangers. Plus personal gifts, pampering and parcels from other perfect strangers. When the argument takes to the streets, we'll stop any protest with a protest. We'll send in the clowns. Literally. We'll be right behind you, cheering you on in your escape from reality. Until the day that reality knocks at your door, and all the dancing stops. Then you're on your own. But let's not think about that. Calling all suspects. We make cases stand out. For a handout and clout. We'll watch your back if you drop our cash app. Innocence. We're invested. Until you're arrested. Voices behind the suspects, here to help you. And ourselves.
Well, the dancing stopped today.
Mm-hmm. How accurate was that? Then you'll be on
So-
your own.
So accurate.
I don't take back a word of it, and I never will.
I won't either. And I don't feel bad about anything I've said or will say. I'm not easily persuaded by that bull crap that people like to throw at you thinking that it works. Well, you don't know unless you're in that situation. You know, some situations you don't really have to be in them to kind of just use your God-given common sense.
Yeah, you know what they say, sort of past behaviour is the best prediction of future behaviour. And I think that's true. And I think a lot of us do have a fair idea how we would react in difficult circumstances. A lot of us have been through a lot of difficult circumstances that may not be exactly the same, but they are traumatic and dramatic and upsetting and challenging. And yet we know how we respond to those ones. So we've got a good basis to know how we would respond in these situations. And I can't imagine a situation where any of these women who are grandmothers, because I'm not, I'm an honorary one to my sister's grandchildren since she's passed, but none of these women would do a Billy Joe, just none of them. I know that.
No.
As surely as I know where my backside is, I know that.
I mean, I get that she loves her daughter. I mean, I'm not stupid. That's understandable. But her daughter is grown. Her grandson was helpless. Okay?
She was entrusted with the custody and care of those grandboys. And she left them with the person the children were removed from. Just left them and left town.
And how many witnesses?
How is that not neglect?
It's neglect. And many witnesses that testified said the same thing about Leilani and how she treated him. We saw her Google search That's an interesting Google search. Not one I've ever typed in.
Right?
Yeah, it was just the same thing from 3 or 4.
There was, from what everybody said, testified to about how she treated Quentin, there is every reason that the grandmother should have been concerned leaving the boys in her care.
And now she's wanting custody of the remaining.
I hope she doesn't get that. I don't think she will.
She doesn't deserve it. And I don't know how she's escaped culpability for this. I just don't.
I don't either.
She deserves to be in jail. I'm sorry.
Oh, they'll pamper her and coddle her over at the Hive. I have no doubt they'll make all the excuses in the world for her.
And her little comments today about let's change the subject and that bullshit, lady.
That is the subject. Do you know what happened today? And her asking people to change the subject. Why don't you get off YouTube? If you know what I'm saying, why don't you just leave the chat? She wasn't she not allowed? I don't know, Tara.
What do you mean, Tara? Wasn't she allowed to? Wasn't she not allowed to? Not allowed to what? Billy Joe or Leilani?
She could have spoke on it because it was over at that point.
It was, but she knew from the very beginning what happened to that child long before the police came for her daughter.
She did.
Oh, be with the boys who?
Leilani. Oh. Leilani wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wasn't supposed to be unsupervised like that.
No. It seems that they did this to get out of the children getting taken away.
Well, you heard Leilani say that in one of the interviews, that this custody arrangement was on paper only.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't think that's what the court intended.
No, the court didn't intend that. They gave her custody for a reason, and I'm with Tango on that. I don't know how she escapes culpability there. I don't, but she did. So,
yeah.
She said what we've done talked about that. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same old thing. Tio girl, her children show how badly she raised them. Leilani, 3 babies, 3 baby daddies, so young, and didn't put her on birth control. I know, my God, that's a lot of children for God. She was so young. I mean, just stop, slow down. I promise you, young women, getting pregnant is not going to keep the dude, if that's what you're thinking.
No, that rarely ever works. It actually adds more stress to a relationship.
And I didn't know this till the trial, that she had a child with Danny. And I don't know whose custody that child's in, but when the defense asked him, he didn't answer, which it wasn't relevant to the case.
Right.
Brantley said, sometimes he acknowledges opinion is worse than a sentence by the court. I hope she suffers greatly by both.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes it is, and I hope it's bad by both. I feel nothing. And if you didn't catch it at the beginning, I don't get rocked to sleep by that stuff. I just don't. You know who I feel for? Quentin Simon. That's it.
And his brother that lost his little brother. They were very close in age. I feel sorry for his siblings.
It amazes me that when you have an opinion about something that somebody has done so horrible, people think that they can really make you feel bad because you're judging them. Oh my God, how dare I judge a woman who murdered her baby? What am I thinking?
Yeah. Tio girl, we don't really know why he didn't say why, but maybe because he was trying to get sober. He admitted on the stand that he had quite the alcohol problem and also drugs, so maybe he's trying to get clean.
Now I get that, Bradley, but it'll be a thing. I've seen people coddle her through this trial in some chats, talking about, well, I'm sure she loved him. You know, she's still a mom and she loved him. She didn't shed a tear for him, not one time in that trial. It just annoys me.
She cried for herself, though. She cried for herself.
I don't know whether
today.
Danny is in a situation financially or even where he's living where they would give him custody of the child. But the point is, him not currently having custody of his daughter doesn't mean that he doesn't want it. I would far rather, given what we've already seen, I would far rather that he got himself sober. And I admire him for the fact that he made no excuses whatsoever for his alcohol and drug problem. He acknowledged the problem and he made no excuses. And that speaks well for his chance of keeping sobriety, that he's not making excuses over everything. I hope that he gets to a stage where he can have that relationship with his daughter, but nothing is going to be harmed by them taking time. God knows they've made too many allowances in the past. Perhaps them being a bit more strict this time round will save the lives of the remaining two children. Not that I think that Danny would harm his daughter. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they should have been this careful last time, but I'm glad they're being this careful this time.
I know, Georgia. I don't think I could stay there where all those horrible memories were, personally. Yes, it is, Shabu. I don't know. It's been a long couple of weeks, and I don't usually watch trials, especially ones that have to do with children, because I really do get infuriated. But this one I watched every day, and it's just drained me. I can't imagine how the jurors feel. Oh, wow. I really didn't know where this was going to go, especially with it almost being circumstantial.
I mean, it was circumstantial, but so were most trials in the past. We've become so focused on DNA as like ultimate proof that we forget that many people were rightly convicted of crimes on just this sort of evidence. It's still evidence. There was some DNA evidence in this trial. I mean, they managed to show from examining, I hate to say, the brain matter that was attached to the skull that they found, in proving that it was definitely Quentin. They also examined whether there was drug evidence that he could possibly have accidentally taken something and that could be the cause of death. I mean, they really did make the case that this child didn't die accidentally.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll ever know.
I don't think we'll ever know, but they didn't have to prove exactly how.
No. Do you think she'll ever tell? Do you think she'll ever speak to anybody on what happened that night? Years down the road?
If she does, it will be a sign that she's finally matured, but I don't see it personally. Excuse me, darlings, I'm just doing something in the background, but I'm still listening and taking part.
No, you're good. I don't see her unless maybe she's, just finally come to terms with, but they haven't done sentencing yet. And of course there will be appeals. There's always appeals. I think it'll be, if she ever does, it'll be way down the road. Well, TJ's a new member.
She upgraded her member to Little Jerk.
Queen Bella, right? I don't think she will. I don't think she'll take responsibility either. Her demeanor in the courtroom spoke volumes. She really was like just sitting there with that look on her face, like she was being done dirty. I saw 2 tears from her. That was it through the whole thing until today when she was found guilty on all 19 charges. She only cried for herself. Yeah, Vicky. It'll probably be on her deathbed if she does. That's usually when they do it. They know it's the end, and they tend to confess. And the death penalty wasn't ever on the table. I don't know if they have the death penalty in Georgia. It's probably a state that would, but they never put it out there. She shed 10 tears with verdict. Tara counted the tears. Does anyone think she was so drugged up that she doesn't know what happened, other than she knew she did it, Sue? Oh, good. I don't know.
It's possible, listening to how messed up she was with drugs and stuff. It could be.
The state made very clear that even if she was, it can't ever be an excuse for taking somebody's life, because once you start allowing I was intoxicated as an excuse for things that happen, then where does responsibility go? You're still responsible for the condition that you're in. And as a consequence of that condition, something terrible happened. You're still responsible.
No, I agree with that, Pearl. I don't think it's any excuse. Not at all.
Well, we know that she was up and taking cocaine and goodness Percocets, goodness knows what else. It was literally like the lyrics to Mask Off, her night at home. And she went out to the drug dealers who she was having an affair with. And it turns out he gave evidence on the stand, but it was done sort of, as we call it over here, in camera, as in the closed court. But the evidence he gave was to say that he wasn't even there that night. When she came around, that's why she was only there for a very short time, because she came around to see him and he wasn't actually home. But she certainly spent a lot of time there the previous nights.
Gemini Slacker says she was coherent enough to cover it up. Good point.
Sorry, I had to take out my contacts and get my glasses. I can only wear my contacts till about 6 o'clock and I'm done. How did she drive? I don't know.
Because she was used to driving intoxicated, would be my guess. I mean, from the video that we saw of the way she screeched up to the area where the dumpster was, it's a blessing that both her and Danny, who was drinking and driving all the time, didn't take themselves or somebody else out.
Yeah. And that video that they showed in the beginning, where she's crying and talking to her children and Danny, that one was in August, wasn't it? That was before she took
Yes.
her.
Yeah, that was her video with the self-harm threat.
That's what it seemed like to me, like she was going to self-harm. But anyway, she, I guess we'll wait for sentencing. That'll probably be, God, I don't know when that'll be. Probably not too much longer. And she'll spend the rest of her days in prison. And in prison has a mother that killed her child. So good luck with that. I don't know how she's fared in prison so far, or in jail so far. It looks like she's been doing pretty good. I know she's been eating well. I mean, honestly, you know, a lot of people gain weight when they go to jail. That if they're on drugs, they get off drugs and gain weight. Prison will be a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, she's eating well, that's for sure. Or actually eating now, probably. And she sure was eating those mints, huh?
God almighty. Yeah, Deeds kept talking. What the hell? I don't know what that was. Deets kept talking about how much she was eating them Altoids, mints, whatever it was.
Yeah, she was one right after the other. She must have had some really bad breath or something.
Right, Tiny Dancer. If she's having a bad time, good.
Right?
I've uploaded both those videos and they're on our channel now. If anybody ever wants to go back and watch them, they're there.
Awesome.
Thank you, Pearl.
Yep, I got a notification.
I should put the cat amongst the pigeons. I'm quite happy to argue in the comments. It's one of my hobbies.
I agree, Queen.
It's one of her favorite things. When Pearl's having a bad day, she heads straight to our comments section.
I do. It's terrible. I use it as a venting thing. It's like, rather than have a fight with anybody that I love, let me head to the comments section.
Anybody want to argue with Pearl? No, I don't think you do.
Oh, dear.
That's right, Tea Tree. She only had tears for herself. Lots of tears for herself.
Yes, Cammie. Yes, so glad Quentin got well. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what we should have been playing? When Leilani Simon was standing on her lawn when her mother told her, say justice for Quentin.
Oh, yeah.
Sharon told them to do that on the phone.
Right.
They grabbed the protester signs that said justice for Quentin and they held them over their head and shouted justice for Quentin. How on earth, do you know what? How on earth they did that and didn't think they were going to get struck down by God? I wouldn't take the risk.
Right? Well,
Somebody
justice for Quentin today.
Yeah. Ooh, somebody put that together. Pearl will be working on that later, I bet. Oh, goodness. So I guess next for everybody is the Delphi. Has it started yet?
It has, but it's very strange. There's not only no filming from the court, there's no audio either. And all the notes that are being passed on at the end of the evening by people who are actually in court. And again, people are really having to queue. It's not a big place for them to be. It's a very old courtroom. The acoustics are terrible. People can't hear what's going on. And they can't use their phones. So they're resorting to drawing diagrams of what they see and making notes. And some of the people who are in there are doing excellent work at trying to pass on what is going on. But even they say that they're struggling to hear what is being said, and they have to compare notes at breaks. And that just strikes me as, if none of you were sure exactly what was said to the point where you have to compare notes, how good can the coverage be of this trial? Why can't it be covered properly?
I hope the jury can hear.
I hope the jury can hear. One of the things that came out that has been rumoured for a long time, probably as a leak from somebody covering it, was the actual video. We've seen little bits of it, the guys down the hill, the guy on the bridge thing.
Yeah.
They showed the full video that they had with the girls in, and everyone said how young they sounded. And it was said by one of the girls on the bridge, the guy had a gun when he said to them down the hill. That's how he managed to keep them under control. Everybody had theorised that was the case, but you actually heard one of the girls say, "That's a gun."
Oh my gosh.
That's such a creepy thing too.
The apparently it's a predominantly female jury, but the 3 men who were on that jury, or 3 of the men that were on that jury, were the ones who broke down in tears during the autopsy photos.
Oh God. Be Real said, I saw where a lot of phones were confiscated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People are so used to doing everything with their phones. The idea of having to take notes with a pen and a piece of paper is just, some of them can't get their head around it.
Yeah, it's foreign now.
The diagrams that I've seen of the injuries, and that was enough for me. I'm glad I didn't have to actually see it. Apparently, somebody made a mess up when they were doing the crime scene images. They managed to put up a huge close-up of the one girl's face, the girl who was the most injured, with her face and neck covered in blood. Massive, great image of it. And that was at the point where these guys broke down. Her family, of course, the girls' families, and indeed the wife of the man who's on trial, all there. None of this copping out and avoiding it. They're there for those girls.
Oh my God. Someone got kicked out of Sarah Boone trial today for their phone going off during jury instructions. Dear God.
Hey, it's not that difficult. Just turn the bloody phone off.
Right?
Yeah, there's only like 8 signs as you walk into court telling you to turn your phones off.
If you can even bring them in.
I get mad enough when somebody does that at the cinema. If I was in court.
Right.
Girls like me, don't interrupt with your noisy I get it. Yeah. That's why we can't have nice things, little Irish girl, right? Oh, Coffee Talk, Shining. I see you got a live scheduled for tonight at 10.
Hey, Gavel.
And Six Up's going live tonight as well. She's got some interesting stuff
I
to
can't
cover,
wait.
talking about people who didn't take care of their children.
You'll
have to go and watch that yourself.
We got
Hey,
a
Gavel.
double dose. We got Six Up and Shining. I gotta say, Shining, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Shining really is.
She's
To the
got a
point
voice.
where another creator seems to have given up on the evening lives.
Yeah, and that's fine. I am loving that Shining has took that time slot and killing it. She really
making the most with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we are definitely doing daytime lives this coming
Yes,
week. It's happening.
we have to.
Getting momentum now.
We promise. Pearl, do we promise?
I promise, yeah. I promise.
Awesome.
Yes, Gemini Slacker. I'll get Shining's link, and Six Up is in here. Let me see what time she goes live.
I had a great time over at Gavel Geeks.
I
And
did
again, I'm
too.
losing track of the days. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. We were talking about everything in the many breaks that happened.
Six Up dropped your link for your live too. She dropped Shining's.
Oh,
yeah.
got it?
Six Up got it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Gavel Geeks covered yesterday for Deets. Deets had the grandbaby, and I had a good time over there. Oh my God, 6 up, 11:30. Why? How do y'all stay up so late? Seriously.
Well, let me see. It's almost 7. It's your bedtime, right? So
That's only
I don't go to bed at 7.
That's only 8:30 for me, so it'll be fine with me.
I do go to bed by 9:30. I don't know. I'm just one of those people. I like
It'll be 4:30 a.m. for me.
Right.
But it's okay. I never sleep.
Shining, I've asked you this before. You wouldn't make it 9 o'clock. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She did that for me once. Oh, goodness.
Pushing your luck, Soup.
I know. She's like, damn, bitch, I done that for you once. Who do you think you are?
Give an inch
Gavel,
and take a mile.
I think you'd enjoy Shining a lot, Gavel.
Yes, Gavel, I think you would. Shining is she's a new content creator, and
she's been around for a while.
Yeah, but she's really new at going live for about 3 months.
I think she's had a channel for a while. I think she's just regularly going live lately.
Yep. Yeah. And she talks about a variety of things. Her and Charlie Girl. If Charlie Girl ain't taking a gummy.
It is very laid back and good conversation over there.
It's all right, Charlie Girl. I am also guilty of the random gummy here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. Otanga here. Her and her gummies. Mm-hmm. And Shining's funny too. She actually is funny. I like her.
Oh, and just in the rare off chance that anybody involved with Goodreads, the website, is listening, I'm not going away.
What have you done, Pearl?
What? You're not damn right you ain't going away.
Bail money?
You keep shutting down contact areas for me, but I keep finding new ones.
The gummy fun is depleted.
Pearl. I'm not going away.
Pearl ain't going away. Do you know? No.
No, Pearl is stubborn.
You better
especially
believe
if she knows she's correct.
If I know somebody else is correct and they're not being done well by it, yeah. Goodreads, Gavel, is a good website with some incredibly poor customer service. Let me just leave it at that. Also, I've been researching about how poor their customer service is statistically. And if it comes to it, I'll be writing on the website Medium about what a shitty customer service a supposed customer-based website about books has.
Yes, Jim and I slept. Pearl is causing a ruckus at Goodreads. Let me tell you, Pearl, she ain't going.
And that's why we have to do daytime.
Noble, so she has to go at Goodreads now.
This is why we need to do daytime lives so we can keep Pearl busy and out of trouble. Yes, she is, Shining.
I swear, if you people speak this out to the universe and it happens.
We have a graphic ready to go.
I do have a graphic prepared.
Oh, no. Just no.
Is that a UK thing? I think so.
It's what a UK thing.
Gavel is wondering, I've never needed customer service at Goodreads. Is that a UK thing?
It's a Pearl thing, honey.
It's about something that they're allowing on their website that shouldn't be on there. Anyway, I don't want to go into it any more than that. But if the day comes hopefully soon, I will tell you about me and Goodreads fighting it out. All I will say to you is, I once got into a dispute with the boiler company. Well, actually, twice. I twice got into a dispute with the boiler company, but the second time, our gas bill was incredibly expensive because there was a time when we couldn't turn the thing off, even if we wanted to, because of a fault. So, of course, we had to pay more for gas. So I get all the details of exactly why they're responsible. And I used to phone every day and ask to speak to the manager, to the point where he said to me, Mrs., my surname, what do I have to do to make you go away? And I told him exactly what I needed, and he sent me the check. And I left him alone.
Can you believe it?
She also had a fight with the I-key one time. And
Yes.
the I-key didn't win.
The I-key ran away.
Yeah. It did.
Look, it was an understandable reason why I would lose my patience altogether. In fact, rather than trying to tell the story, I will post it on my community wall, and you can read and enjoy.
You'll
That's
enjoy.
how I knew. That's how I met Pearl. Okay, in Ziggy's Discord, this is back years ago. Okay, and here's this lady, very smart woman, and she's just fussing. I mean, long paragraphs about the I-key. And the way she told the story was so funny. She was mad, but she was funny about it too. And that's how I got to know Pearl.
I got to know Pearl
I-key,
making
though.
cut jokes about Mark, Cher's old man.
Yes, Mark
Yes.
jokes.
We were nearly run out of Ziggy's Discord because we were making jokes about Cher and Mark.
We were the jerks you see today. We were too rowdy for some Discords because that Discord, there's a lot of crybabies in that Discord. What?
There was.
Good God. Tanga saved me. Tanga was like, Soup, you don't belong in there. Come over here.
Y'all look like fun. Come with me.
Yeah. I thought, good God, everybody in here crying about something. You can't tell a joke. You can't say shit. And somebody is in there crying. I don't think it's right. I don't feel comfortable. Oh my God.
Was Heidi in there? Did somebody let Heidi in?
Yeah, Heidi was there.
At one point.
Yeah.
And that's how the jokes
I
came
do
about.
vaguely remember Heidi being there before the fallout with Purple. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want to see the reason why Tanga and I bonded and why I nearly got kicked out of Ziggy's Discord?
Oh, shit, you have it?
Free Mark's balls.
That and the pub sign, ye old cuck, something. It was so
Oh yeah, I also made a pub sign for that was Oh no, I
Yes.
don't even think I could say that even this late in the show. It's a bit because of the language on it now. But anyway, it was to do with it would be AB's pub, and his pub was dedicated to the haunted vagina of his girlfriend.
Hey, Queen Bella, I love your room. That's a room I feel comfortable in. Queen Bella's bitching room, you can cut up and you're good in there. And yes, where did that go? Coffee Top was shining. Yes, Heidi was in that Discord back then. This is back in March of 2022, I want to say.
Yeah, and then she either left or got kicked for taking screenshots. What a shocker.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Sassy, I remember when you were put in the welcome room.
Yeah.
I talked to you all that day trying to get everything worked out, and it just wasn't. I wasn't able to do much. I'm sorry.
I was new. Look, they had to send flares for me up until about a year ago. I couldn't find myself out of a room. So it wasn't my fault. Mm-mm.
Oh, they also didn't like the AB and Tiffany Viagra advert from his online dating profile picture, which did look like a man in a magazine advert.
They didn't like nothing in there. That I don't know. It was not what I was used to. coming from the sector I came from, Vicky's in here, she can tell you. It was, but I found these girls, thank God. And yeah. And that's how the jerks were born. Someone asked us the other day, I forgot where we were at, and they said, why would you want to be called a jerk?
Oh, for sure, 6. Let's play that. Do we still have it? In the back?
This always offends people, and I love it. Pearl's cursed vulva. Yeah, Ziggy once accused us of cursing her vulva. Kraken loves that one. Yes, Tiny, she needed the crying room. I'm very upset.
Me.
She said what? So is it true that Ziggy's pregnant with Fred's baby? I don't know. I would certainly hope that's not the case, because it's a pretty irresponsible thing to do for two people without jobs, but who knows?
What's she going to do? Walk to the Dollar General every night to buy diapers?
And formula?
Somebody's going to have to screen share it. It's not back here because we run out of space and it got dropped.
It got dropped. Oh, it's not in the back? Where's it at?
Is it on Circle Jerk or this channel?
I think it's on mine.
All right.
It's been a while since we played that one.
But while we're waiting, we can always spank a piggy.
Spank. Lord, let me go down my list here.
Tiny dancer.
I'm glad we're having a chill live tonight. It started out heavy. I like when it gets like this, though.
We just had to vent. I think that by venting, we got to the stage where we could get a little past our anger.
That's true, Gavel.
It is true.
All right, let me find it. What's this one?
I'm posting it in chat for you right now.
Oh, okay.
There you go. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, let me get it up on the screen.
Sassy, you were scared of Julie. She's the sweetest thing in the world. Well, she was till we ruined her. She was great back then.
Then we taught her to cuss. So, now we can't do nothing.
That was the end.
I will never forget that night. She went up on Constance Sue with Eliza.
And she didn't want to go by herself. So I said, the only way I'm going to go with you, you're going to have to say the F word. So she agreed to it.
You didn't know she wouldn't stop. Hey, we.
That is so weird. I was just scrolling through Pearl's videos, and there was one, and it said for Wee Frosty, and it had a little picture of a little Ewok. We'll have to catch what that one was.
Oh, I had something fun coming for Wee this week. I heard her mention somewhere about how I clip her and I have these funny things. I do, and I got something special planned for you, honey.
Well, Tanga's the vault.
I heard I was the file cabinet.
And find something you're passionate about besides it to sit right here, and I'll tell you how I became Ziggy Zombie Vulva. Please excuse my redness. I'm a little irritated. I'm sure, by now, you've heard the rumors of what happened to me. Well, I'm here to tell you it's true. Those hateful Discord bitches plotted for months against me. They planned and schemed and started their own channel. Circle Jerk. They were driven by greed and envy. Yes, I know they all have partners and their own homes, successful careers or businesses, even retired in a couple of cases. But I know that envy of my freedom and my personal and business success was eating them up inside. Guys, why else would they leave me? They hated that I was involved in an epic new romance. They were jealous of my love life, so they cursed me. I know because I was told by several non-specific tarot card readings on YouTube that dark forces were acting against me. But even before then, I knew something weird was going down. Because my new partner certainly wouldn't. They voodooed me. I became vulva non grata. The love lift didn't visit my basement. The tongue did not hit the groove. It had to be black magic. Nothing else made sense. So I don't get in the shower every day. My laundry habits are irregular, and I spend all my time in bed or pressed into a recliner chair cushion. How picky could a lifelong smoker with a taste for spicy food actually be? I used all my charm, but he refused to roll out his red carpet directly to my entry. So here I am, red with rage. That raw, itchy feeling of rage. That rage so strong you can smell it in the air, and I'm asking for your help. Wait. What's that rustling sound? Is that a mouse? No. It's soap.
That's always funny.
And can I just stress again, the reason for that video was because we were actually accused of that. She watched a
Right?
tarot reading on a different channel that said that people are plotting and cursing you to ruin your love life. And she said that that's what we'd done. We'd plotted in the Discord to ruin her love life.
Those
now-
evil CJs.
Right?
The big dummy don't even know that we're
What
not
has she not accused us of?
everything.
Everything
If
that's
something
wrong
happens,
with her is our fault.
it's it's the jerk's fault. I'm trying to make it a thing, and Six Up is really helping us out. The jerk's fault 2024. Let's get it going. It's working so far, but we need to really look. We have been the scapegoat, or has one once said the scapegoat for a lot of things. Yeah. So yeah, with Ziggy, good grief. If she stubs her toe, jerk's fault.
I may or may not have spent some time while waiting for the jury to come back, putting Fred's face on a cartoon leech. I refuse to say whether that's true or not yet.
Oh, if she could, Vicky, she would. She called, one time Ziggy called a detective on an idiot named Benny Keys.
Yes, she did.
Wild. I think Six Up has that recording. I don't remember this. Oh, Sassy, how dare you? Surprisingly, she's a right, and yes, you should have.
Well, it was
Poor
8,000 degrees that day, and she have on like a big sweater and stuff.
No reason to be gross.
No reason to be gross.
That's probably our fault too, though.
Oh, Gavel, I was there. Yes, it was like the hottest day. And here she come trotting up that hill. Okay. Wearing what are they? Leggings, tights, a sweater, and a skirt. A face full of makeup and just all of the sweat. It wasn't good. Mm-mm. Onions and bolognas.
You?
I wasn't in the Discord when that happened, but I don't doubt it for a second.
Oh, we're talking about Summer's Day 2022?
23, wasn't it?
23. No, 22.
Yeah, it was the summer before this past one, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Couldn't even figure out what the hell she did to piss her off so bad. Who?
Hey, Nana.
It was
I
the
think so.
2022. June of 2022 was the first.
Criticize the channel. That will do it. You know that Ziggy takes criticism like God takes advice.
Yeah.
Or Gwyneth Paltrow takes carbohydrates. You know, she's just not going to do it.
Hey, BJ Marshall, welcome in.
We just started back in alpha, Ziggy. It got embarrassing with the Chase and Jason stuff. And then the rest you all remember. And she said something not too long ago, it was a few weeks ago on her channel that how'd she put it?
We were scared of being targeted.
Yeah, what?
She was taking criticism and we were scared of being targeted. So we all left as a group. And it's just like,
what?
You're just making things up now. What the hell?
Yeah, now you're just making things up. You know why we left.
And before the thing with Cindy, which was one of the main reasons why we walked away, we were already edging towards the door from sheer embarrassment because the situation with Jason, to the point that she had a phone in. She had a phone in for people. She was going to be like an agony aunt. And I wrote a phone-in call for somebody else to deliver so that the voice wouldn't be recognized. Basically saying, I've got this friend who refuses to take any advice. No matter how we try to word it, she just shuts us down. And she's making a fool of herself. And she still did not get it.
I have that clipped as well.
I don't know what that means, Bennett. I'm lost. It was Gemini. The Jason. You remember when she used to get ready for her dates with him?
Yes.
Mm.
And then like that first date, she made him like come in and she still stayed live. It was so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. All right, y'all. I am done for the night. I'm getting tired. It's been a long week.
It's time for her to poop.
Girl, I don't do such. Yes, she had 2 dates and stalked the hell out of them. Anyway, I'm out for the night, y'all. I'll catch y'all. Me and Pearl and some of the other ladies, anybody that wants to join of the jerks. Daytime lives, we're coming through.
See us in the daytime. We'll still have some afternoon ones, but we'll see you in the earlier part of the day too.
Yeah.
Early for me.
I'll try to stay awake tonight for Shining and 6. Why
it
y'all
is
up
Friday
so
night?
late?
It's Friday.
It's Friday. You're right. It's Friday. Maybe I'll take a nap and then wake back up. All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night, darling.
Good night.
Charlie girl says she'll work on Shining for you, Sue.
Bye, Cracking. Have fun doing Batgirl shit.
Does anybody have any exciting plans for this weekend?
Soccer games.
Family, nothing major.
Soccer game and swim meet.
Will people be doing Halloween this weekend or the weekend after?
The weekend after.
We're actually doing it on Halloween. We're going to have a party.
Yeah.
My son-in-law's birthday is the day before, so it works out well that we all get to that day. Yeah.
Here the kids trick or treat on Halloween on the day.
that too.
I saw the outfit that one of the children of people on here is wearing, and it is so adorable.
It was very cute. Yeah, I saw that.
Have you seen the Glara's new kitty cat?
So cute.
Oh,
so
adorable. Oh yeah, I think we didn't we? Yeah, we showed it on the last live.
Yes, it
I'm
was
losing
snuggling.
track of
The
everything.
kitty was snuggling with his dog. What's his dog's name?
Clubber.
Clever, yes.
That's
Snuggling
cute.
with Clever.
There are videos of the two of them interacting on his Instagram. That dog adores that kitten. It's so gentle.
Sassy, I never saw him as a cat guy either, but I don't know a whole lot about the glare other than, just seeing him randomly on here.
Apparently he likes kitties and puppies.
Apparently he does. He likes to rescue.
He went somewhere. I think he went somewhere with Clubber, and they had these kittens up for adoption.
Oh.
And he just said, "Right, what's the boy one?" And
Yes.
that's how he ended up. But
Saw
apparently
that.
he doesn't know
Clever
much about
probably
ginger
gave
cat.
him Clever probably gave him the puppy dog eyes when he saw the kitties. And then it was done for. Done deal.
That's all the dog has to do with me, but I have
That's
to. I have
little
to
head
ask.
tilt and the eyes, and they get what they want.
I
I
was
have
really
a
sad to
update
hear
on
about
my-
Duty Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has cancer. It's not the non-Hodgkin's lymphoma; it's Hodgkin's lymphoma, they think.
Yeah.
But he was due to have more scans today. He'll have more news from the information that they get today. But he was just asking for people's prayers. He wasn't asking for anything else. So I hope that he got, if not the best news that he could get, at least news that will help them find a constructive treatment plan.
Yeah.
He's very upset for his wife more than himself because she did not take the news very well.
That's very scary.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sassy.
Tara said he had a PET scan today. So
Hi, Michelle. I forgot to say hi to you. Yeah. Cancer's a monster.
yeah. Just say
It
some
really
prayers.
is. And it's just so, it's like none of us seem to escape being touched by it in some way.
Right.
People that we love, people that we know.
Yeah, the 9/11 responders really have had a disproportionate time with cancers.
Yeah.
She said, I think 6 Up is going live at 11:30 p.m. her time.
Eastern, yeah.
Eastern. And I'm not sure about Shining.
I think Shining said 9, but Charlie Girl's going to work on her for Soup to see if they could get it
2
moved a little early there. But we'll see how that works out.
Shining will be live in 2 hours, according to Georgette.
Georgette has a T.
Okay, so 9:30. That's not bad.
It's so sad.
It was pretty easy to predict, actually, that 9/11 would result in a lot of people developing cancer. If you remember seeing people come out of the area just covered in whatever building dust had dropped on them. Just horrifying.
Uh-oh.
Oh, she put a note in the back. She needed to go.
Got it. I'm so sorry, Sassy.
Yes, that's right, Tio girl. Smoke, soot, asbestos. Because that's the thing. Some of those buildings will have had asbestos in them.
Yeah, when they were
Even if
built back in the
whether they
day.
knew or not, because they didn't always remove it. If it was stable and behind stuff, they would just leave it there.
Right.
I'm sorry, Sassy.
2.5 hours for Shining. Thank you, Dre.
Hey, True Seeker.
TPE. Member
Tragedy
for
Pimps
14 months.
Exposed.
Thank you, TPE.
Tragedy Pimps Exposed. Deets was singing in Gavel's live yesterday. I will go back and find you a timestamp. It's hilarious because she was singing the details that she was trying to give Gavel about the case, and she was singing them because she got her grandson with her, and she was trying to stop him going to sleep before the car finally pulled in back home. So she was sort of singing and jigging around to try and keep him entertained and awake, but she was actually giving details of a legal point. So it's great. It's I will find the timestamp and send it to you.
That's a hell of a lullaby.
Unfortunately, he's so young; he doesn't have any clue what she's singing. He's just reacting to the tone of voice and the.
How we call it that, Sassy? Yes.
So I'll make sure that you get it.
Well, it's imperative that she gets it. You know she loves those things.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, ladies, I'm grinding to a halt.
Yeah, I think I'm about ready to.
So there are videos that are now up on the Jerks page. If you want to go back and see those videos in detail, no doubt there'll be a few discussions in the comments underneath. I hope so. Shining's on later. Six Up is on later. I don't know who else is live currently. Probably no one that I would recommend. I don't know whether there's any walking to the Dollar General going on.
Must be something good for dinner.
Spaghetti. And
Spaghetti.
potatoes.
Yeah. Is it mashed potatoes and spaghetti the way things are going with tater tots on the side?
And onions.
I've never known anyone so dedicated to dodging salad in my life.
Right. Every time
And
she
I've
goes,
got
I'm
3
like,
kids.
pick something green. Pick something green. And she
Right.
never picks anything green.
Peas would be real. I don't like peas. Peas
I
would
don't
be
like
cheap,
peas either.
but,
I like all vegetables, even spinach. It's my least favorite, but
I like
literally
spinach.
love all
I'll eat raw
vegetables.
spinach. I'll just sit and munch on
Yes.
it. Girl, you'd hate me. I love Brussels sprouts, all the things.
But I swear, the greenest thing that Ziggy has ever eaten will be some old piece of bread or donut, because I've never
Ew.
seen a vegetable in the basket.
Oh.
Oh, Tio Girl loves Pearl's song
Sassy
about
and I
Ziggy, what the
forgot.
Get a Job one. We could
I think
probably
one
play
night
Get
she
a
made
Job before we leave.
tacos or something. Yeah, I can't. My husband loves peas with, what do you call it? Cream peas. Ugh. I told him he can make them himself.
I'm not a fan of like peas in a can or frozen peas.
Ew.
I like peas fresh from the pod in the garden. They're so
Ew.
good like that.
Ew. What are those one things called? Edamames? Are those the same thing as a
Edamame.
edamame? My daughter loves them.
Bean. Yeah, it's a bean, but they're good.
Yeah, they're soya beans. The
Okay,
green
that's
version
it.
of soybean.
She loves those.
They're great for protein, though. They're incredible.
Are they? I guess I need to eat some then, huh?
I like to snack on those too. I'll take them raw and dip them in a little bit of ranch or something and eat them.
I only like them raw. I don't like them cooked because they're just like sort of slightly tougher peas. I
Same.
don't mind the crunchiness raw, but it's a bit too much cooked. They just seem tough. So, no.
I don't like Brussels sprouts.
I
I've
love
tried to
Brussels
like them.
sprouts.
I
tried
love
to make
Brussels
them.
sprouts.
I tried to give them a chance. They are
Are you a
bitter
super
to me.
taster, Julie? Are you one of the people? Are you a super taster? There are some people, it's in their DNA.
Yes.
They taste Brussels sprouts and cauliflower and cabbage
I
much
like
stronger than
cauliflower.
most people do.
I don't know. Somebody said, "Hey, roll them in some garlic butter and do this, this, and this." And I tried. They're like, I love asparagus. Yes, I love asparagus. I got my husband on asparagus. So
I love asparagus.
And I never liked beans, but until I tried somebody's dip and it had black beans in it, I thought, this is really good.
I love black beans, and they're so good for you.
Yes. This was like a Mexican dip. Oh my goodness, it was good. It had avocados in it, just all kinds of stuff.
Yummy.
It
like
is.
beef
It was
in black
yummy.
bean from the Chinese restaurant.
Ooh,
Yes,
cooked
Tara.
bacon.
I make
Bacon's good with anything.
Brussels sprouts with bacon and onion. It is so
Yes.
good with that.
Yeah, I might be able to try that. Maybe I should try that.
Yeah,
Bacon makes
bacon.
everything better.
It really does. It really does.
Cilantro.
I love cilantro. I use a lot of cilantro.
I didn't used to, but I do now.
Ooh, I like
I
cabbage.
like it, but again, that's another one of those things where some people it tastes like soap because of that super tasting thing.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that's not me. I don't get the soapy taste at all.
Yeah, I don't either. And I love the way it smells when you're chopping it. Oh my God, it smells amazing. I'm a big foodie, in case you can't tell. Every time I'm talking about food, I'm like,
She is, and she has. I'm sure she has amazing recipes.
I love to cook.
I just try to. I cook and then I cook too much. I made taco soup. It was good. It's
Here we
still.
go. Tara is a super taster.
Ah, she tastes the soap.
Ah.
Yeah, when you make those soups and you make too much, they usually freeze pretty well, Bugsy. That's
Do
what I do.
I'm gonna have to start doing that.
Yeah,
That's
when I
really
just
good.
make soup, I'll
Check that
I
out.
just eat little amounts and. So. Oh yeah, refried beans. They have to be dressed up though. With cheap.
I don't like the consistency of refried beans because they're just like paste. You know what I mean? I don't care for the texture. Depending on how they're made, they can be very tasty.
Oh my goodness. They don't allow me to chat. They're always barking. Always. I think they're arguing back and forth with the dogs on that side here. Yes, good bean dip is good. I like bean dip. My dad tried to make me eat pork and beans one time. I was like, it's not going to come right. It's not going to go right. And it didn't. No. I haven't had a Baroque forever. Baroques.
I'm not even sure what it is. What's that?
It's like a roll with cabbage and a hamburger. Let Sassy explain. Like I said,
that sounds delicious. I would eat that.
Explain it, Sassy. My daughter loves Baroques. When they have those food trucks, she loves those.
I've never heard of it before.
Oh, you make them homemade.
My daughter has a food truck that she follows all over town. She finds out where they're going to be, and she'll call me and she'll say, "Mom, guess what?"
What do they serve? What's their specialty?
They have like braised meats and tacos and stuff, and it's really, really good. And it's very fresh and kind of healthy, and it's delicious.
I just
Sounds
like
worth following.
I can't even think. What's that doughy stuff with the powdered sugar on it?
Beignets?
Huh?
Beignets?
No. Can't think of the name.
Churros.
No.
No, that's cinnamon
You
and
fry
sugar.
them, and they're really, oh my gosh, it's good. But they have to be fried right and not greased. No, we're not going to talk right now. No. No, we're not talking right now. No, you be quiet. I know. You're a good girl.
Oh, that does sound good, Sassy.
Am I saying that right? She said beef and cabbage. It's dough. Yeah. You bake it and usually add cheese. Yep. And that probably why I haven't had one for a long time. I didn't like cooked cabbage.
I made cabbage steaks last night.
I like it now.
I love a good cabbage steak with some garlic, salt, and pepper. Just very simple, and they're very tasty.
Yeah. That's what I made last night.
I've always heard them Barracks. Desserts, yeah.
I don't like sweets. Dessert isn't my thing. I like savory stuff.
Not mine either. But I made my husband
really was my thing, but it isn't now because trying to sort of make sure that the blood sugar doesn't go haywire because I'm trying to avoid that. But I do have some melon here, and when things get dicey and I feel like I'm going to give in, that's my sweet thing. That and satsumas.
I love making pearl choke on a satsuma or spit it across the room. It's my favorite activity. I hear she's got one, and I'm thinking up shit I can say.
I like a cabbage soup, Sassy.
I do too. I've been making unstuffed cabbage roll soup, and I love that. It's very good.
Yeah, I love cabbage. My grandson gets so upset when I cook it. He does not like the smell of cabbage cooking.
But I don't like sauerkraut.
I love sauerkraut.
My mom would eat that all the time.
With hot peppers. Oh my God, it was so good. When I was pregnant with my daughter, I would eat it right out of the mason jar. I loved it.
Now that's what I like pickled beets like that. Yeah, cabbage does so many words. Stars, you're right. It does. I just blame it on the dogs.
It does smell kind of bad, but
yeah, I just blame it on the dogs. Just leave it there. Oh, my granddaughter makes homemade cinnamon rolls. She's only 9. Well, 2 months she'll be 10. She makes some amazing cinnamon rolls.
She's way ahead of the curve, Julie. I thought that you didn't learn how to cook until you were in your 40s.
I was 12. I was 12. I was like, but my mom was so picky about you do this, this, and this. And so I never had that, Tara.
I don't care for beets. That's one thing I don't like.
I don't like them straight up, but I like them pickled.
Yeah, I like them pickled with eggs. Oh my God, they're so good like that. Little hot sauce.
Yeah, I used to make cinnamon rolls. I
I'm
made my
hitting the melon tonight.
I made my husband.
We're up here talking. Sorry, Pearl.
That was so
No,
good.
it's fine. That's what it's there for. That's its purpose. You know, when it's sort of it's, and I enjoy it, and it means that I don't sort of fall off the wagon and start eating chocolate again.
I would drink that out of the jar. I'd drink pickle juice out of the jar. I know. I gross them all out. Like,
don't get me wrong. I think moderation is the way forward. If you're a person who can do moderation, I'm not. If I start a bar of chocolate, it's the whole bar of chocolates. So it's better just not to. Otherwise, you're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, I don't really have much of a sweet tooth, but like once a year, once every 2 years, I'll get one. And for a solid day or two, all I want is like cakes, pies, cookies, and stuff. And then I'm good for another year or two.
And then you're done. I just can't eat it. I love fresh donuts. They have to be from the right place. I'm very picky about that. We have a great place down here that has really good donuts. Long John's. You guys may not know what that is.
I know what those are. The long ones with the cream in the middle.
Yeah, but no cream. Ew.
No cream, just the donut.
I don't do cream or yucky stuff.
I like the ones with the custard in them. Those are good, but I don't do that whipped stuff.
No, I don't. Mm-mm.
You don't like cream, Julie?
No.
How do you feel about mayonnaise?
I like mayonnaise. I like Miracle Whip, which I'm told is fake.
So it's not a texture thing then? It's not.
I have a texture thing with oatmeal. It's crazy. I love oatmeal in things. I want to eat it because I know it's good for you and it's high in protein, but I can't. It's like that is a texture thing for me. I need to put fruit in it and keep on trying it. Because it smells wonderful.
I feel like Soup is going to have all of us eating overnight oats if she gets away.
Right?
Oh, I would eat them. They sound delicious. I would do that.
I like Miracle Whip, but don't want cream. No, I don't want cream in my donuts. And I don't want jelly in my donuts either.
Yeah, I don't like filling in my donuts either.
No. Mm-mm. And we have a little boy at church. He cracked me up. I don't know what we were talking about. And I brought up, what do you like to drink? And he says, oh, black coffee. I said, no cream in it. Yes, 9 years old, black coffee. I was like, are you kidding? He says, yes. And Dad broke the machine that makes the good stuff.
Oh my God. Did you check to see if he's growing hair on his chest already? Goodness.
Oh, he cracked me up. I was like, but he has to have the right beans. His mom must be teaching him.
Oh my goodness.
I just thought that was so cute. I was like, straight up black coffee. No, It calms him. Yeah, he has ADD, and it does the opposite.
Right.
It caffeine does to regular people.
Calm down.
And I think that's why. Oh my goodness, guys, stop.
He wants to know who the ghostly voices are that you're talking to.
Right? The dogs must be confused when you're talking to people they can't see.
Was it your dog that used to do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
he was a
Tango's.
sweetie.
Yeah, Mitch used to talk a lot.
We have one that wants to talk all the time in the morning. I'm like, stop. What she's doing is she's wanting her breakfast right now.
Was it Cody?
Yeah.
Cody, yeah.
Yeah. I miss him so much. He could talk. He could actually talk. He used to say hello. It was the cutest thing. I had a talking dog, and I wanted a talking dog ever since I saw the one in Up. It was like, that's the greatest thing ever. And then when he started talking, I'm like, we have a talking dog.
We miss
now
a
the
very
dog we
sweet
have now
dog.
does not know how to talk.
Hi, the jab.
But did know how to bite.
Yes. He's gotten a lot better about that. Now he's about a year old now, so.
No, it was just puppy. It was puppy nips, wasn't it?
It was, but my skin would just tear so easy. So, but now he's good. He's learned to use his mouth on his toys only.
Shining is like TJ, Coffee's Life. That's very much a TJ sentiment, but she's already gone.
And Sue.
I like cappuccino. I can do that. Hot
I
chocolate.
haven't drank a cup of coffee in 30 years.
I drank one this morning, but I've been off the coffee for a while.
I can't do liver and onions. I don't like onions, really.
That's my Halloween costume, Tara. I'm a pirate.
I brought Stink Face Barbie.
She's so cute.
Stink face Barbie in her formal attire.
Constipated Barbie.
Fancy.
She's got on her fancy clothes. Thank you, Eliza.
You're welcome.
Ooh. Yeah, I bet I would have to have tons of sugar in my but when I drink iced tea, I don't want sugar in it. Lemon, yes. No sugar.
I have sweet and low in my iced tea.
Do ya?
Yeah.
I just tried to stay away from the sugar.
Yeah, that's why I give up coffee, because coffee I want real sugar in, and I drink it really sweet. So I just kind of was able to give it up, and then I cut out the sugar that way because I don't enjoy it unless it's super sweet.
And I say that, and then I drank a glass bottle of pop here, the Coke. I can't. I told the doctor, I said, you need to figure out something where I can lose my taste bud on it.
If you get away from it for a while, the craving for it will go away too. It's just you just gotta bite the bullet and do it for about 2 weeks, and
don't go back to it ever.
Yeah,
that's what happened to me. I was a Pepsi drinker all day long before 2016, and then when I had the period in ICU and then recovery after that, by the time I got out, I didn't want to drink it anymore. So it was just a matter of not starting again.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't do Dr. Pepper. And my husband gets.
We said to water it down.
No, the minute it gets warm, I can't drink it, period. So I usually end up wasting a lot of pop, because the minute it's not cold or icy, I'm done.
Yeah, you carry a warm can around with you then, and you'll be good. You won't want it.
I need to get the mini cans. They have mini cans, and those are even too much. I need to tell them they need to get them smaller. Archangel, you have to send me that. It doesn't taste like Diet Pop, does it? I hate Diet Pop.
Oh, that's fun, Jab. We went up for trunk or treat at the school last night. We had so much fun. It was a good time.
That's always fun with the kids. It's fun to watch them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's my favorite part of Halloween.
Yeah,
watching the kids get so excited, all dressed up in whatever they chose to wear, and coming up to the door, getting that free candy. I love it.
Sassy, I've had times when I've put it in there, I have to set a timer because I'll forget it and it explodes. And then I got to go clean out everything. So, strawberry flavor. Oh, I can do that. That sounds good. See, Pearl likes her tea. Ooh, that's okay. That's
I love tea. Yes, and one of the reasons that I can't drink milk on its own is precisely this reason. We were given small bottles of milk at school when we were little, and they were never chilled.
Oh, no.
Well, ladies, I need to get down.
I think we all probably do.
Yeah, we need to go.
We can just...
I want to play the Ziggy Get a Job song. Somebody asked for it, and also because it'll be the new version next time we're live.
Okay.
Now that Fred's face is on this leech, I've finally finished.
Awesome. Right. We'll play that before we end.
Earl Grey's my favourite, Tara.
You said you guys are going to try to do a couple daytime lives next week?
Definitely, absolutely.
Okay.
That's
I may
why
not be around
to go live tonight to build momentum.
Okay, I may not be around for those, but I would like to do another evening live next Wednesday if we can.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
We'll start
next Wednesday and for an afternoon live, and maybe I don't know what day we'll go for our morning live, but be watching for it, guys.
It was so good to see everyone this week and have you guys welcome us back like you did. We appreciate
it. Really was. Thank you for not losing patience with us.
Everybody needs a break sometimes.
I'll try to remember that, Archangel.
Right, I'm going to play this for Tio Girl then.
Okay, and then we can just end. That's fine. Thank you for coming, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Negotiable. She's only 42, but every dollar in her pocket is freshly leached off you. And as long as you keep paying up, every time she squeals and sobs, I can guarantee you one thing: she will never get a job. It's time to stop your crying. Ziggy, have some dignity. It's time to get a job, girl. No one else here lives for free.